In this video, we're going to be looking at multiplying and dividing with fractions. So the example we're going to start with is multiplication. Now, when we're multiplying fractions, I actually think multiplication is a lot easier than adding and subtracting because we don't need a common denominator. So these denominators do not need to be the same number, because what we're going to do is we're going to simply multiply across. So we're going to do 5 times 6, which is 30. And then we're going to multiply the numerators together, 2 times 5, which is 10. And then sometimes you're asked to give your answer in its simplest form. So we can cancel down. Both top and bottom are divisible by 10, so that simplifies to 1/3. Now, some of you may have noticed, I'll just write the question out again, that we could have done some cancelling down at the beginning. And this means that if there's a number, a numerator and a denominator that share a common factor, we can cancel down. So I've got 5 here and a 5 there. Well, 5 goes into 5 once, so I can cancel that down. And noticing here that I've got a common factor of 2, I can cancel that down to 1, and then 2's into 6 is 3 times. So I'm left with a calculation now of 1 times 1 and 1 times 3. So by cancelling down at this point in my arithmetic, I get to a simplified answer first. Sometimes cancelling down here can give you nicer numbers to have to work with, but it really doesn't matter. It's fine to do it this way, as long as you remember that you've got to cancel down at the end. Now we're going to look at some division. We're going to look at dividing whole numbers by fractions. So the example on the PowerPoint is 4 divided by 1/6. So this essentially means when we're dividing, how many times does this number go into this number? How many times does 1/6 go into 4? Now I know there would be 6/6 is in 1, 6/6 in 1. But I haven't got 1, I've got 4. So there'll actually be 4 lots of those 6/6, which would give me an answer of 24. So essentially, when we're doing a division, actually we don't do a division, we turn it into a multiplication. And that's all well and good if the numerator is 1. I'll just show you what we would do if we didn't have a numerator of 1. If I had something like 3, let's do 3 divided by 2/3. Now, if this was 3 divided by 1/3, I would multiply by 3. But then I'm actually going to need half of that answer because I want to know how many times 2/3 goes in. So I would divide the answer by 2. So 3 times 3 would give me 9 divided by 2. Now we can leave our answer like that, or we can convert that into a mixed number. 2 goes into 9, 4 times into 8, with 1/2 left over. Okay, so division, a little bit more complicated than multiplication, but I think for the purpose of 11 plus, probably won't need to go this far. Probably be fine just to know that if you've got 7 divided by 1/3, that is equivalent to 7 times 3. And that's where we're getting that multiplier from.